guys, how's it going? Swisher Family Homestead here. Listen, sorry about the generator. I know it's really loud, really loud. I'll tell you, I want to grab that camera and bring it in a little closer and won't have to yell so loud. Alright guys, this will make it a little easier. Ooh, that sun is bright today. Bright today. Alright, so look, we have a lot of stuff, like I said, going to go on the homestead. Past couple about a week and a half, I've been working, helping out somebody, and now I'm getting off to getting some work done on the homestead. So I'm gonna pull us down here where it's not as loud, so we can get the camera level. All right, well, I guess that's a little bit better. All right, so you guys see this? That was gonna be our compost pile, but we have some pretty heavy equipment coming down here probably next week. That'll be a video of that, you get to see it. But I need to take that compost pile and I need to build us a new one. But I want to build us a nice one. I don't want to build just any old thing that's basically made out of just pallets. That's it. But I want to build us a nice one with a couple compartments so we can go year by year on it and it'll look real good when I'm finished. So now I'm building this, right? Well, how are you going to build it? How are you going to do it? Well, I'm going to use leftover stuff that I have on the homestead. But as you all seen in a prior video, I'll have Amy put it up here, over here, wherever it ends up popping up for you. We went to Wes's Sawmill and had some wood cut. And I have some oddball stuff that I'm going to use that's going to look really good on our compost pile. I can't wait to have a fresh, clean compost. First thing I do is get the ground level so I can start building it there. We're trying to keep everything within a tight knit of where our garden's gonna be and everything, so everything gets used properly. So at that point, guys, let's go to work. All right, guys, so here's the deal, okay? I'm gonna build the compost pile off of our garden totes that are going to hold our water for our runoff off of some other build we're going to do. But I got to get all this level right in here, and I got to get it right down, and then I'll build on top. I'm hoping to make a 3-bay compost starter, 3 of them. I might only get 2, but I'm hoping for 3, so we'll see how the measurements work out with what wood I've got, and hopefully we can get to that point. So at that point, guys, let's get to work. Alright guys, so what I've done is I'm starting to brace up my corners and everything, get everything done. As you can see, there's poles here, here, and here, and I will put one right there. Now I do want you guys to remember this whole outer edge here is all going to be done with some end cuts of cedar that we did that are really can't really be used for much as far as I'm concerned for what I'm going to use the other stuff for, but it can be used for this to stop rot. Now I do want you guys to realize that these posts are pressure treated posts. I only am putting 5 in there. That's all there is. They're from when we started doing the garden, the fill-in for the garden area. I'm using them here. Why waste wood when you can save it? Why burn it when you can save it and use it somewhere else? And remember, this is just a compost pile. That's all it's going to be used for. So you guys get to see me get that done. Let's get back to work. All right, guys. So I got our post in right there, as you can see. Now, what are we going to do with the outside? Well, I did have some cedar, and I do have some. So we're going to box that in with cedar, which I think will be phenomenal for that. Okay, so after we're done boxing it in with cedar, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to put one more post right in the center, right there. So that way you'll have a support going across to divide the two from first year, second year. Now, if I need to, I will. I wanted to try to get 3, but I don't have enough lumber for 3, so I'm just going to go with 2 right now. But right down here, I have enough room for one more if I need to build it, and I can build that at a later date. But my whole theory on doing this compost pile is that I don't understand why compost piles have to look like poop. Get my drift? Poop. Why can't they be beautiful too? Why can't they look good? Well, I'm going to show you in this video, or in the next video, depending if we can get this done in time. And you're going to get to see how we can turn a yucky, old, stinky compost pile into a beautiful work of art. All right, guys. So these are the pieces I'm talking about that we cut off. That I could make probably like 2x1s out of them. No problem. This kind of gives you an idea. Rough edge. You know, to sawmill this down or take a table saw. So I figured, instead of getting rid of it, now I did run one side clean, flat, so that way I have something to go off of. But what I'll do is I'll take these and I'll overlap them. Tell me if that ain't gonna look good. Now I've already got one piece cut there. This is the second piece gonna go in there. We're gonna finish up and go around this, and hopefully you guys get some inspiration off of this to make your compost pile. Now, the compost pile needs air. That's one thing you got to remember. It always needs airflow to get to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave these partially gapped so the air can still get in there. The front will be open, the top will be open. The sides will be solid. Those won't be open. But everything else will. And you're supposed to turn your compost periodically. So I'll do mine twice a year. So what I like about this is a part of me having to turn my compost, but I'll be able to do it when I move it over here. So, well, let's get to work. Let's get something done. Another thing is, guys, is all those projects that I did that I use these screws on. Let's get an up close picture. These are all used screws, so I'm not wasting anything. I got some expensive ones for doing foundations and stuff. I don't want to use those. I prefer to use this. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so I've started filling in this back part. Got that almost done. Now I've been taking all the pieces, scrap pieces I got, and I've been putting them in that center one to build up. Probably got about 3 or 4 more pieces to put up there. We'll get that one done, and then you guys will get to see the finished product of what it is. I'm sorry I don't go through showing me cutting them and doing all that. I feel it's a waste of time on the film. I think we should show you from the start to the finished project and kind of eliminate the sawing and cutting. I might put a few clips in here for you though, just a few people out there who like to see it. Well, let's get back to it. Alright guys, well that is part 1 of 2 on our composting area. So we'll be able to put first year and second year's compost. I can always extend and make third year. Fortunately, I ran out of some cedar, so that one's gonna have to stay a little short. But we got this all done, it's all framed in. Some work today doing this stuff, but we got it done. Now next episode you're gonna see is how we beautify it. That's right, beautify a compost pile. How do you make that look pretty? So stay tuned, next one's coming up. Well guys, that's it for us. Swisher Family Homestead here. You got to see partially most of the build of the whole entire compost sections for our garden area. Now this puts us right next to our garden, puts us right next to where we're putting our building, puts us right next to, I mean everything. The chicken coop's going to be over here, so the chicken coop will be able to be brought over and that'll be able to put on the compost pile. I really like it. I think it turned out good. It's all leftover lumber, some lumber that we got off of our land. No money really spent. We used the used screws that we used in other projects, that we pulled the projects apart and I put them into this. And no money, no cost. So at that point guys, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, hit that like, and tell your friends about it. It's the real deal. How to make a composting area beautiful. Would you ever think? Well guys, I'll see you later.